low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice way.
The Canon filter arrived. The part number is correct. Even though the picture looked like it was a generic picture, the part number in the ad did describe it. So this is what it looks like. And it is the replacement for the Japanese and probably the UK Airbox. Now, it's factory sealed, it's brand new. It's probably sat on the shelf from someone's project and never got used, but you know what? It's brand new. This isn't a direct bolt-in. I'm going to show you what it looks like and basically how we went about it. Obviously, we laid the box in here to make sure it lines up correct. This tab down here, we basically put a thread cert directly into the body right there and put a 10mm bolt from like an S2000 Airbox. And then right here, we made a little L bracket, and then over here almost like a little Z bracket right there. So you know, it supports the box. It's utilizing the rubber mounts that came with the original box. Now we can put our element in there and the lid, and that'll complete the Airbox.
Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy.
It's exactly the look I was going for. I didn't want to go with anything too crazy. We do have our breather can here. Now, probably what I'm going to do is put one of the plugs in there, take the filter and put the little plug with a PCV, and then run the PCV right over to our factory location. Problem with breather boxes is they tend to obviously produce a little bit of smell. Right near the vents here, this is where the car ingests its air, actually over here for the heater. And this being close, the smell from here tends to go in the car. It gives you that nauseating oil smell, which we don't want. We want to keep it OEM plus. We have a catalytic converter on it, so this was just so we could make the bracket. It fits in right over here. Small, medium, large, extra large, and 2XL, the CRX shirts. This is the last batch. Once they're gone, they're gone. I'm hoping to have a few left over so we can take it to the Dragon Meet October 8th. But I have a feeling most of the popular sizes will be gone, so buy it now. Check out the store, lhtperformance.com. Click on the CRX shirt. So two things. I just got back from a cruise, a 4-day cruise. So this time every year we close down for a week. I only took 3 days off. George is still off. He's actually in Key West. It's his birthday week and anniversary week, so we both take off this week. Well, the day before we left, see there's two little cool hose clamps right here. We had a car in the lift, and as we lifted the car up, the lift sprayed fluid out of a slot over here, like a little slot below the seal. It sprayed out of here. Well, the car was up in the air. It was on the locks, but we didn't want anything to happen, so we put a little bit of silicone around here and a clamp so we could continue to lift it up and bring it back down safe. Everything was good. We called a lift guy before we even brought it down. He said, don't use it more than you have to, but it's not gonna drop or fall. But we're extra cautious with this. We usually take really good care of this lift, and we use it a lot. So today we have a guy coming over. He's gonna take this apart, and I believe it's just a seal in here. I'll see if I can show it. I don't want to be that guy over his shoulder watching, but it looks like it is blown out of here somehow. So he's gonna be here any minute now, and maybe if this one's bad, maybe this one is bad too. A little bit of cleaning in here. We'd redo those mats. I got these mats from Burt 20 years ago. The Swiss Tracks flooring, I haven't cleaned this since day one. All I did was run a vacuum over it. This stuff is amazing. The reason is it always looks clean, which I like. If you ever get right on top of it and start looking in close, you might see little bits of trapped aluminum filings and little bits and pieces down there. But for a glance, it always looks clean. It looks nice. Now you're guaranteed to live longer.
Yes.
Because it's green and it's good for you.
It's green. Anything green.
I did put in the last video that she made this, so she made me a smoothie. She's got a big, look at the size of this smoothie.
I always fill it over the line.
Look at that.
you know.
So this is a really good for you shake, and I kind of blocked it out the last time. So Esther, tell people what's in this if they want to eat healthy green stuff.
Really?
Just like you. Tell them what's in it.
We're gonna tell them this time.
Just tell them what's in it.
It is and like and just water, no juice.
And that's it.
So there's like hardly any
It's really
sugar.
good for you. It doesn't look good. Whenever you see something that color, you go, that's no good. It's good for you, but it tastes like dirt. It really does taste good.
Yeah, I'm trying to
I
make
could
it.
drink this.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it taste good. It's gotta
Yeah.
taste good. Other
If
than
it
that,
does-
I'm gonna eat it.
Exactly. Look at that stuff. It's like alien blood. So, I left my glasses on the cruise ship. So, luckily, we have cheap glasses in the store. Shameless plug. But no, really. That's why I like cheap sunglasses. Not heartbroken. We just got off that ship. Can you see that? First cruise we've been on since 2019. It was a super quick, super cheap. Actually, it wasn't that quick. It was a 4-day. But for two of us, everything was under 500 bucks. And that's obviously food included. The only thing you have to buy is the alcohol. So that was a much needed trip. Really enjoyed it. Really miss cruising. George is still off in the Keys. He will be back late tonight. So hopefully he's had a good time. And I'm still drinking our green juice. It's actually quite delicious. JDi. These guys are phenomenal. Remember the last video I talked about the main relay? Well, we had a JDi main relay kit, but it was for an EG, EK, DC2. Well, of course, they make it for Ghostbox. I thought they were sending me a main relay kit. You guys are unbelievable. Ghostbox. I'll show you this in a minute. But this was actually what I was expecting. Main relay for the EF and DA Integra. So the problem I had before was the plug. This is the correct plug right here. And of course, the switch. This is obviously a switch. You can hide it. It intercepts this ground right here. So you've got one more layer of security, which I'll talk about the Ghostbox here in a minute. I got my little assistant over here. Come right here, buddy.
Hey.
Look at this guy. Look at his shirt. So he is helping. In fact, this was from 2010. This is the S2000 Homecoming. This was the year he was born.
Wow.
I convinced his mom 3 months after he was born, I need to go to California for the S2000 Homecoming. And you know what? She said, go ahead. Crazy. So let's go ahead and show you this. The CRX is out there. You can help me install this. Super easy install.
Ooh.
I talked about this on the last episode, but this is the proprietary plug. This would be a main relay. It's a big square relay. This, the nice thing is, this is a generic relay. This you can go to your parts store, walk in there and say, I want a relay. They're going to give you this. This is a very common relay. Well, the beauty of this kit is it has converted it to use that relay. So let's say you're in the middle of the mountains attending the October 8th meet. Honda's on the Dragon and your relay goes out. You can get one of these from mom and pop's hardware store and plug it in. You're back in business, as opposed to the specialty Honda one. Let's go ahead and plug it in. I'll show you. All right, so Sebastian's going to do it. Go ahead and pull that out, push the tab in. There you go. So this is your main relay. You go to the parts store and explain this to the guy at the parts counter. He's going to think you've got 3 heads. He ain't going to understand. You're going to say relay. He's going to give you one of these. That's what he calls a relay. This is a part you're not going to find. It's a Honda only part, and the chances of it being in stock is absolutely 0, guaranteed. This is the proprietary plug. This is the issue I had before. Well, the good folks now have it with the EF plug. These always have issues. It's about 8 to 10 year mark. They start having issues. The fuel pump doesn't run. You get stranded. So, Sebastian, go ahead and plug that in. You see the tab?
Yep.
Just make sure you line it up with the other tab. You don't necessarily need to bolt this to the firewall where the factory one goes. Make it more accessible for yourself. Find a nice piece of loom, tape it on the dash, hide it. If you do intercept this with your switch, I would hide all this, loom it, and make it where it's in a really hidden location so somebody can't find this. Go ahead and do the neutral wobble. There you go. 37 times, make sure it's in neutral. let's put the ground cable on, and we should be able to start this puppy up. We have a generic 40 amp relay now. I'm just going to put this on loose. Alright, now you're going to need the clutch because we did hook up the clutch safety switch. Double check it's neutral again. Remember, good wobble 37 times. Clutch in, and go ahead, you should start. Let's check this main relay. First off, you hear the click. Shut off again so we can hear it. Just turn it to one click. You hear the relay?
Mm-hmm.
You hear it click again. Turn it off, do it one more time. Go ahead and start it. Ready? Clutch in, double check the gear stick one more time just to be certain. It's always best to check. Go ahead, start it. Perfect. So we still have a check engine light, there it goes. And it's for the heater circuit for the O2. We haven't actually got back to figuring that out. I think it's in the wiring. But this is it, this is fantastic. JDM Airbox is in with the K&M filter. Everything under here looks pretty good. Now we're still trying to find these clips right here, and I need another clamp one step bigger than that. I left that out to remind me. I need a hair bigger, but this is all in. We need these clips. Our PCV is hooked up, so we're not going to have any funky smells. This is what we call OEM Plus. It's looking great. Need the wipers, we're going to paint the wipers, and the next thing is to do the brakes. We have the new wheels, but the brakes look kind of grimy. I'm still debating what color to do the calipers. I am going to put new rotors on it because they're super old and rusty. We have our teen suspension. We do have our Skunk2 upper control arms to put on, and then we have to kind of dial it in, get it close, and take it for an alignment bit. We're getting close, guys. So the side-by-side comparison of the Skunk2 arm and the factory arm. These are the adjustable pieces I was telling you about. If you watch one of the past videos, you basically loosen this nut right here and this whole thing slides. And it was kind of a pain to do. You couldn't get a lot of accurate adjustment on it. Sometimes they wouldn't come out far enough to get the camber where you needed it. It would have too much negative. So what I like about these, and these bushings on the Skunk2 arms are actually good. I'm not going to knock them, but often some of the neoprene or urethane bushings that they use, we've seen them fall apart. These are actually very good. We've seen these a lot. We've seen them with some miles on them, and they don't fall apart. They're in good shape even after some use. But these are going to work just like your factory piece. And then the ball on the end is the adjustable portion right here. But you can see them side by side. I mean, it's a good quality part, and the fact they're powder coated, it looks fancy. So we're going to go ahead and get those installed. So in the past video, there was a piece across here. It's just pressed on, it pops right off. It goes around here, your shot goes through the middle. By taking it off, it's just easy to install. If you need to take it off and put it back together, you don't have to take the coilover off. Obviously the hydro system, once it's put together, if you adjust it right, it should be correct, but it's always nice to actually feel the clutch, make sure it engages like you should do, make sure it's smooth and it's perfect. Remember, we put a factory OEM clutch in there. We took the clutch master's clutch out because we're not going to be needing the additional holding power because we're not building it really anything more from here. Maybe future videos just for content and just, you know, kind of give some of the other guys building these some ideas. Maybe we'll do a header and an intake for dyno purposes, who knows. But for right now, this is the way I want it and I like it. It's factory looking. Obviously, once it's completely tuned, we'll put the full valve cover on here. I don't like this exposed cam gear look. Obviously, you need them exposed to adjust them once you're done. I like them enclosed. Honda's spent a lot of time and effort to make sure this section is sealed for a very good reason. Obviously, so no debris gets in there and damages the belt, or even, you know, sand and rocks to wear the belt or even cut the belt or the gears. So that will be sealed. Essentially, this will look just the way it is, obviously with a hood on there. that's it for right now. We've got to get back to work. Like I mentioned all the time through this series, this is something that has to be fit in around customer work. So we're not going to dedicate the whole shop to this car. We have to just fill in whenever we can. But brakes, I'll talk about those. We did order front and rear brakes. I want to talk about the upgrade and a really good option for you guys and give you all the part numbers. But in the meantime, we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget, enjoy your cars and enjoy building it.
Bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy.